What's good? What's gravy? What's wavy, baby? This is my first official vlog-style video. Thank you for joining me on this journey. It is much appreciated. DJ, hit that music. Hey, yo, what the fuck? In this video, we will be taking the motorcycle from Silver Spring, Maryland, all the way down into the district in hopes of witnessing some high-level professional tennis at the 2023 Citi Open in DC. Additionally, this video is a collaboration between myself and the American Fan 365. My buddy is bringing me on as a contributor for his new show, and I'm excited about that, especially with football season right around the corner. But hey, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves and just enjoy the moments riding to the event. So this was Thursday, August 3rd. The weather's been pretty mild for the most part. This day was much cooler than I thought it would be. I left around 11ish. As you can see, I didn't feel like wearing a jacket or pants or sleeves for that matter. Don't be dumb like me or gear up, ladies and gents. You never know when it's time to meet your maker. Thankfully, I've met him a few times, and it's pretty chill, so I'm not too worried. I thought the sun would come out eventually. This time of the year, every afternoon has the potential for storms, but it was supposed to not rain. That didn't age well. One thing about riding I never thought about until I started riding is wind chill. So even though it was like 74 degrees on the bike at 60 miles per hour, it feels much cooler. So I was betting on the fact that sun would come out and heat me up, but yeah, it did not do that. DMV, a lot of folks got money, honey. Maserati sighting. I believe this is their SUV, which sells new for about 100K. Screw you, guy. Just kidding. You're probably okay. This is also where I began to race with Fire and Rescue. JK, he was just in a hurry to get wherever he was going. Always fun to follow those cars. Not too closely though, because braking power sucks on bikes. Also, he didn't have his lights on, so don't do it when they have the lights on. Okay, stupid. Here I am letting the bad thoughts win again as I race through the increasing traffic, because it's fun to do dumb shit even when you're basically 40. When riding through the city, it's always good to keep a level head and not freak out. It's also very important to do as I say and not as I do, you judgmental piece of shit. Always good to look left and right just to make sure nobody's coming through that intersection, you know what I'm saying? Here we are, downtown Silver Spring. There's a Fillmore here on the right, City Place Mall on the left, and a shit ton of delicious and diverse restaurants. From Ethiopian to Greek. I don't know if those are two ends of the same spectrum, but you can find it all. Downtown Silver Spring. And here you see in front of you the Silver Spring Metro Station. They've been constructing something for the past, I want to guess, 35 years? It's basically like the bridge to nowhere in Alaska at this point. Like, it's just constantly under construction, and nothing ever gets done. All right, here we see more construction. The good thing about living in a pretty decent metropolis is plenty of funding for roadwork and repairs. The bad thing, they're always repairing shit. As I drove by this site, I had to resist the urge to find out how embarrassing it would have been if I fell into that hole. Don't mind me breaking traffic laws, using the wrong lanes, because I'm old and confused. Oh, look at that, we made it to DC. Alright, now if you aren't from the area, you may be a little surprised at how green it is. I could be wrong, but I believe DC has the most trees of a major city in the US. If I'm wrong, which, come on, let's be honest, guys. It's not gonna happen. Just correct me in the comments, but it's basically like an impossible task. Look at that asshole on his moped blowing through the red light, giving people like me, really good drivers, a bad name. Here we are at the William H.G. Fitzgerald Tennis Center in Rock Creek Park, right along 16th Street. They've got on-site parking, as you see here, as well as shuttle services from nearby parking areas.
Hey, yo, why you stupid?
I didn't know this, but the tournament was founded by Arthur Ashe, Donald Dell, and John A. Harris. Donald Dell started a sports marketing company called ProServe, according to the wiki page, and they expanded into basketball, where they signed Ewing and Jordan, among others. He also apparently negotiated two of the most successful shoe deals in sports, the Air Jordan line with Nike and the Stan Smith shoe with Adidas. Pretty cool stuff, man. Yay, I made it without dying! This is when I began to realize I had made a mistake. I checked the website for the event and it did say all clear bags, but I swear I saw an exception for camera bags being allowed. Also, I've gone to the pass with my bag, but I guess it's all new post-COVID stuff. So I had to rent a locker, leave my bag and most equipment in said locker, and walk around holding everything in my pockets like a vagabond. Next time, I gotta make sure I get some credentials. The fan experience at the Citi Open is so good, guys. Tennis lovers, if you haven't been, you gotta go. When I was younger, I just went for like a match or to see a certain player, but the real enjoyment is coming in early in the week when all the player field is there. It's both a men's and women's tournament, I believe the only 500 level in the country, so you can see the best players in the world just a few feet from you practicing. If you're lucky and polite enough, they'll sign stuff and take gracious pictures, even in defeat. Going on? Case in point, I just entered the grounds and I immediately spot a pro. I believe this is Matthew Ebden, ranked 9 in doubles, a two-time doubles Grand Slam champ with over $5 million in career earnings. Like, come on, man, that's just cool as shit. All right, now as you enter the grounds, the main stadium is right there, and basically everything is centered around it. You've got all the food and drink you could want and all the tennis you could need. I just walk in and I'm immediately greeted by a pro, and after a quick walk, I can just step into a match and watch. It's pretty fantastic. Alright, we made our way around the stadium and we can see the main collection of practice courts. There are a few more hidden away, but these are kind of the show practice courts, I guess. I got some fantastic footage of Rafa Nadal when he came here a few years back. This is kind of just timing. All the players have to reserve the court, so it's a bit of a crapshoot if you'll see who you came to see, but you will definitely see some exceptional talent. Case in point, I am confident this is Talon Grigor, 27 years young, ranked 26 in the world, going after this run for sure. 6'2", fighting out of the Netherlands. Again, this is all like a few minutes into getting here. Grigor had a great run. I was there on Thursday the 3rd. He would go on to beat Gael Monfils that day, then beat American J.J. Wolf in the quarters, and he took out the top-seeded American Taylor Fritz in the semis. In the final, he ran into Dan Evans, who was basically unstoppable. We'll see Dan later in this video. If you want to just grab a bite or something refreshing to sip on, this is a great spot to chill and watch some pros put work in. Like I said, you never know who you might see. That's Vika Azarenka hitting back there. Two-time Grand Slam champ. All right, here is the dining area right next to the practice courts. Maybe it's too hot outside. You need a little cool off. Boom, right here. Chillax, rehydrate, and refuel. The place smells so damn good. Plenty of comfortable seating. Of course, the nerd in me found the control room for the outside studio, which they did an interview. I'll show you that too.
So is that ideal for taking selfies or what?
It can be.
It can be. It's pretty cool though.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, this is my first time carrying around a gimbal for my camera phone, so I felt awkward. Yeah, this guy just made me feel a little bit more awkward. But he wasn't teasing me, so all gravy, baby.
This is where all the players hang out. I'm assuming that's where they work out, some of them. And they all come out here, and then you got people who wait and like to meet the players, which is cool. I don't see anybody in there, though.
This is one of the more secluded outer practice courts. I believe this is Ludmila Sasanova, or as I like to call her, Ludmila Sasanova, the 12th ranked woman in the world, Russian player of 24 years. She herself had a great run, making it to the semis where she lost to eventual champ Coco Gauff. But here she is, working on her game. Put that work in. Alright, so we shall continue on. Still more tennis to witness. Here we get a glimpse of the large stadium. Oh hey Grigor! As well as another smaller show court with stadium seating. Better get in where you fit in. Not quite time for the stadium yet. We'll check out another of the tucked away practice courts in. Hey, look at that! It's the UK number 2, Dan Evans, or as I like to call him, oh Danny boy, la 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 la. Dan was having a rough season over the summer. He was in the midst of a 7-match losing streak coming to DC. But guess what? Who cares? Not Dan. Dan showed up and showed out on his way to hoisting the championship trophy in a cool 353,445 buckaroos. Not a bad way to regain some confidence. The title also lifts Dan to a career high 21 in the world. Good job, Dan. Here he is, working on that one-handed backhand. Thing of beauty. We make our way to the main stadium. I don't have tickets, but fear not. The stadium seating ticket rule isn't in effect just yet, so with my main ground pass, I'm able to watch from the upper level, which is super cool. I don't know why this dude's changing here, but I can't seem to look away. No shame is mesmerizing. Alright, now this is an outdoor seating section I wasn't even aware of. It's on the upper level of that stadium. It's a fantastic vantage point to watch some of the matches on these outside courts. First time being up here, and I gotta say, it's a dope spot. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I still haven't sat down. Still walking around the grounds. And just like that, ladies and gents, we are watching number 20 ranked Grigor Dimitrov playing a young Finn, Emil Ruusuvuori, currently ranked 54 in the world, but the guy plays at a much higher level than his ranking. Today wasn't his day, though, as he fell to the more experienced Dimitrov, who dated Nicole Scherzinger. You can't lose in life if you've done that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So that's Dimitrov in the far court. This was a very entertaining match with a lot of great rallies. I mean, honestly, I just walked in, and these are two great rallies just off the bat. The rest of the match was just like this. We have arrived at my favorite court, the outer show court with stadium seating. I think they probably reserved the seats behind the service line for VIPs. I saw JJ Wolf was playing, so I had to go check him out. He's 24, played collegiately at Ohio, where he was the top-ranked player in the nation, and turned pro about 3 years ago. Anywho, he's got an interesting look to him, but more interesting, he's got a big game. The stats I found are correct. He's 22-18 on the year, and this is really more like his first main year at the pro level. He had surgery and recovery and had to work his way back up the rankings. A nice run at the Australian Open into the 4th round, and he's had some great victories on the year over top-ranked players. I like this court because it's so intimate. Players can hear you cheer them on, you get a great view of the game no matter where you sit. It's just a dope spot. Both guys were serving huge in the 120s for the most part, but JJ had the edge in the return department. He kept getting everything back and really made Michael Mmoh work. He got no easy points. Thoroughly entertaining match, and I just kind of sat here and took the time to practice taking video and photographs. You can't really practice on this level because these guys are moving at basically warp speed, so hope you enjoy the footage and pics. Okay, now this point is a microcosm for the match. On Michael's second serve here, you see JJ well behind the baseline on his return. He makes an aggressive return, and Michael's returning the ball at his feet, which immediately backs him up and makes him move further behind the baseline as JJ steps up into the court, essentially flipping court position right away. He's quick as he moves forward and ends the point. Aggressive returning with no let-up, great strategy, even better execution. This is kind of where you get to see how great the fan experience is in an event like this, because both guys took a lot of pics with fans and signed a bunch of stuff. Michael Mmoh was right there in the match, but just couldn't match the consistency of JJ. Suffice to say, it was a tough loss for him, but sure enough, I was walking around later, saw Michael, and was just like, "Hey, Michael!" And he turned around and stared at me, and I was like, "Great match, man!" And he was appreciative. Then more folks spotted him and began asking for autographs and pictures. I didn't think about it because I just impulsively saw him and called out to him, but he's a pro trying to win his hardest to win every match because the points and money are so important in tennis, more so than probably other sports. Yet he was super nice to everybody. I say that because even if you play sports recreationally, you can lose a game and think about it for weeks just as angrily, and that shit is meaningless. I can only imagine what goes through the minds of these pros after tough losses. Yet here he is, signing stuff and smiling for pics. Incredible class, attitude, and again, adds to the fan experience. Alright, so just a few loose ends, bits to wrap up to this video. Just to continue on the fan experience, right before I took the pics of Michael Mmoh, JJ was doing a live interview, which fans are welcome to sit in on and watch. So enjoy that here. But as I was shooting this, I recorded a young JJ fan came up and sat next to me. He was excited and said he was a big JJ fan, so I was like, all right, man, we'll get you a pic after he does the interview, if he's nice enough to pose for a few more. And sure enough, JJ did, and these were my blurry best. Oh my god. Oh man, sorry for the blurry pics, Thomas. I emailed him these, he was happy, and thanks JJ for making another fan's day. Alright, a couple more folks I had to catch on camera. First is Maria Sakkari, the number 9 ranked women's player. She had a great run here, making it to the final, where she lost to Coco Gauff. She was super nice. I just called out to her and said, "Thanks for coming to DC, Maria." And I was surprised when she was just like, "Thank you. It's a beautiful city. I really like it." I should have followed up with, I don't know, some kind of comment. Been like, make sure to get some jumbo slice before you leave, or I don't know, something. But I was just so surprised she replied to me. The funny thing while watching Maria practice, these two women, maybe a bit older than me, came all the way from North Carolina, I believe, to see Maria. One of the women was a big Maria Sakkari fan. She was Greek too, just like Maria. So I was like, let's get a picture of you with her. And she was like, no, I just like to observe. And I got it because that's how I normally am. Now that I'm older, I don't really give a shit. So anyway, the Maria fan's friend was like, all right, well, if you're not going to take a picture with Maria Sakkari, while she's right here, I will. So I snapped a couple of those. There's an additional funny part to the story that I will leave out because fan interactions can be tricky sometimes, and I don't want to encourage anything that could be bad behavior, so I'll leave that out. Feel free to ask me about it, though. Either way, these two ladies will have a story to tell, and that reminds me, I need to email them these pics. Got some dope shots of the DMV's very own Frances Tiafoe. the hometown hero, currently ranked number 10 in the entire world, and he grew up right here in the DMV. How dope is that? He's another down-to-earth dude, super easy to root for. Again, just asked him how he's feeling, and he gave a fair assessment. Always a nice feeling when you feel seen. This was on Thursday, so he played a tough match on Tuesday, then another match Wednesday, so this would have been 3 matches in 3 days, so I'm sure his body was hurting. Still nice enough to engage with some fans and be a good sport. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up my very first vlog style video. I'm not sure how often I'll make these types of videos, but I definitely had a lot of fun. Here's a picture of 20-year-old Ben Shelton. I think I threw him up when I was like, "What up, Big Ben?" I hope you enjoyed it, and you know the drill. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you think you know somebody who may enjoy it. Until next time, deuces!